Hello, Link to the Past Randomizer fans, and welcome to this Week 1 League match between Lumaga, representing Grouchy Old Men, and Voranthe, representing Where in the World is that gosh dang Bombos. My name is Mind of Me, and I'm joined this evening by Crazy Sunshine. Crazy, how's it going tonight?
It's going very, very well tonight. I am looking forward to this matchup tonight. On a personal level, I actually did face Voranthe in last year's challenge comp, and let's just say he sort of bodied me to the ground. So he's a very, very good runner, and I'm very looking forward to seeing him race. And yeah, I'm not too familiar with Team Grouchy Old Man, but I know we mentioned earlier on how they are mostly around for daily races some of the time, so they know their rando fairly well.
Exactly. This is match 2 this week. The league structure is that every team in a division will face one team twice for each week. As you can see, Where in the World took game 1. That was Hippo Man.
Actually, that's actually wrong. So they actually it was a close race on Monday, which unfortunately was not restreamed. So I think I can't remember the runner for.
Oh, it was Verts.
Yes, Verts. So Verts did win on Monday. It was like a 3-minute difference. It was from what I watched, from what I've heard before. Afterwards, it was a very close race, but unfortunately, Where in the World, where Bombo's team did lose on Monday, so they're hoping to have Voranthe avenge the team in tonight's race.
Okay. Yeah, the league is split into 8 divisions of 8 teams. And again, like we said, every team will play 2 games a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, my cat is distracting me. This week is going to be just a regular open mode C, defeat Ganon, no craziness. The rest of the league structure has a different mode every week. Week 2 will be Ambrosia, which is a standard variant.
Mm-hmm.
Week 3 is Enemizer, 4 is Mystery, 5 is Cross Keys, 6 is a Key Sanity spoiler log, where the spoiler is done by a co-pilot, and the last week is an All Dungeons co-op.
Yeah, so we will be going into crazier modes as we progress in the league, but to start off, we're going to start off really simple, and speaking of, we're going to get started right away.
Seeing Lumaga getting a nice set of Uncle Bombs at Sanctuary. That's a good thing to find. Won't have to worry about farming bombs all around in Kakariko.
Let's see, got a map check here. Green Pendant Hera and Red Crystal in Deserts.
With a regular crystal in Eastern, so that's nice to find. Doesn't tell us a whole lot yet. It looks like Lumaga is going to do the lumberjack check, while Voranthe is going to do the setting up the tier 1 tree pull and uncle check.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 1 tree pulls are always nice to see. Maybe you'll get extra bombs or rupees.
Yeah, and a nice full magic refill. Very
full
nice
magic.
to have.
Tier 1 full magic is a good thing to know, especially if you're running low on magic around Skullwoods with the mirror.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Bombos,
there we go. All right, so Bombos again doesn't open up anything for us. We'd like a sword for that, but that glove certainly opens up a few options. The glove will let Voranthe check the back of Escape from Sanctuary, or potentially Sequence Break Up the Mountain, but that's a bit of an early play.
Mm-hmm. I can see Voranthe totally doing back of Escape right now with the bombs at hand. And got a nice bow. Nice bow there down in the Lost Woods there.
Yeah, so depending on our runner's familiarity and with dark rooms, that does allow them to complete Eastern and get an early crystal out of logic. Depending if we find the fire rod or the lamp, it could be in logic.
Mm-hmm. Alright, looks like where we're going. Looks like Lumaga's gonna check out Kakariko first.
Yep, this is a nice early Sphere Zero check, item dense. Can clear out a lot of things and hopefully find something to lead you in some more progression. Well, there's a second glove.
Oh, alright, well. We're Moon Pearl away from Dark World access.
That's really nice to find. As long as Lumaga goes to Uncle.
Oh.
Okay, I can take a mirror, a
Okay,
mirror
alright.
that allows us, if we sequence break up the mountain, to get to Tower of Hera, or whatever's on Spectacle Rock.
Let's see, heading down to Kakariko Well. We got 5 more checks here. An ice rod. Alright, that means Turtle Rock is going to be a pendant. Cool.
Guaranteed.
More money. Piece of heart. Ooh, hook shot.
And Moon Pearl.
So, what is that? 3 minutes in? 4 minutes in? We now have Dark World access?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, I'll take it.
Yeah, this is certainly a seed. Wow. Well, with Voranthe having the Titan's mitts, I imagine that he might just decide after he clears Kakariko to go and take the portal right here and start doing a Dark World clear. Although with 4 hearts, green mail, and only weapon being the bow, maybe not.
Yeah, it's things in the Dark World hurt for a lot. 2 hits to anything and you're dead.
Oh, and a nice convenient bottle in the back of the tavern to just go straight north and turn into the sick kid.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, sick kid, we got this cool bottle. What do you get if it does?
Oh! Yeah, I got this really cool book I just finished up. Here, you should check it out.
Nice. I definitely won't use this red goo to heal you, but I will take this book.
It's a strange Hylian script. Like, what language is this in?
Need to get like Duolingo for Hylian.
If you miss a lesson, Duolingo will hunt you down. It's like, hey, you missed the lesson. You know what happens next, right?
Maybe that's the owl in Link's Awakening. It's the Duolingo owl. But nothing fun on race game. Only 3 bombs.
All right, Lumaga, let's see. Where are we heading off to now?
Be really great if he does Uncle, but is going to do the standard South Shore check. Maybe even might dip into desert, although without a fire source, not full clearable, and potentially boots locked.
That is true.
But the mirror will make doing the damn checks nice and convenient, and yes, Voranthe is going to go and give us our Dark World look.
5 minutes in, we're already in the Dark World. This is an interesting play.
This could be a very interesting scene. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Dam was just a bunch of garbage. Our chess game is a piece of heart. This early, we'll take it.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, Dark World check. We have our last pendant we have 2 pendants, Palace of Darkness and Ice Palace. And our last red crystal is the East Town.
Okay, so we do in fact have a crystal turtle rock, even with that early ice rod.
It's like 1 in a million that happens.
I know.
Which now leads to the question, what's going to be the last item we'll have to track down in the seed today?
That's a good question. I mean, now that we know all of our crystals, we know that we will for sure need the Cane of Samaria. We've
Mhm.
already got the Hookshot and Mirror for Swamp Palace. We'll be looking for the flippers for Swamp as well.
Correct. Mhm.
And of course, every seed requires the hammer.
Right.
And we'll need Samaria, Ice Rod, the flute, and the lamp.
Mhm. And Lumaga did clear Mini Moldrum Cave. I didn't see really anything of importance there, but at the moment is opting out of checking Ice Rod Cave.
It is a long walk. Might be hoping for the flute later to make it a bit quicker. But we are going to get the dig game from Voranthe. 30 digs, can refill on some money, but we just get arrows. And he is going to mirror right here to go and check race game. Or not. Players making a liar out of me constantly.
So you're totally gonna do this, right? It's like, no, we're not.
But it will probably be a mirror to do the Smith's check. And Lumaga with his Titan's Mitts. Maybe we'll check Bank of Escape. Yes, so we'll get our first look at that.
Yeah, Voranthe has not done this yet. See if there's anything of importance back here.
Could be 3 items, but could be 1 with a map and key.
Kyo's Key, Piece of Hearts, and meh. That wasn't worth it at all.
Yeah, and there we go. Thank you so much to our restreamer for fixing the point so that, yes, Grumpy Old Men did take game 1 of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And they are currently tied in first place for the division with the WJP TBB team. And
yeah, so for those of you, this is so these two teams are coming out of the Lost Woods division in the Light World Conference. Got some pretty solid competition here, and some of the team, if anything, the team names are just very hilarious to read, and I know for one I'm gonna have a time saying all 64 team names throughout the league. So
exactly, Lumaga doing his map check, getting the same information that Thievestown is going to be a crystal, and we'll see if he decides to do it without the hammer. Voranthe didn't even check the first 4. That's usually a common thing to check the first 4 of Thievestown if you don't have the hammer, but not even doing that, knowing that he's going to have to come back eventually to clear the crystal.
yeah. Yeah, even then, like, we don't really have a weapon to defeat Blind at the moment. They only have the bow.
Yeah. We'll see if Stumpy gives us anything. We still have Stumpy, we still have Hype Cave. We still have the Front of Escape. And of course the whole eastern area.
Still plenty of checks to make.
I mean, Titan's Mitts and Mirror give you a lot of options really early.
I honestly can't remember the last time I had a seed that, gave me 10-minute Dark World access. It's kind of absurd in a strange way.
Bombs do not damage Blind. Blind can only be hurt by a sword, hammer, or either of the canes. The red boomerang doesn't even work, and the red boomerang works on the Armos Knights even.
Which is strange, but Link to the Past, you don't really question things. And Hype Cave
is the usual pile of trash. Okay, so So much for that. I wonder if Voranthe will mirror and do South Shore checks after turning in the purple chest. Seems likely.
Mhm.
Might even give us our first look at desert.
Yeah, from here, Voranthe can also round in checking out the Bombos tablets.
Oh, you're right. Can't get the item without a Master Sword, but that doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, these runners are going to need a sword at some point as well.
Exactly. They'll need 2 swords, in fact. 2 swords to defeat Ganon, which may not be the case for the Mystery Seed week coming up later in the league. Because you could have varied goals, you could have a pedestal pull, it could be a Triforce hunt.
I feel like a lot of the runners are very excited for Mystery Week, and it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of seeds our runners will be rolling.
And that's going to be a thing where us commentators and everybody in chat is going to be just as lost as the runners trying to figure out exactly what the heck kind of seed people are playing.
Alright, Purple Chest has the mushroom. Okay.
Mushroom can be a relatively easy check. There's a nice fake flipper you can do right in front of Link's house to get to the witch, which is a common play in cross keys, which is my personal favorite mode.
I'm the hot rod. I make things burn.
All right, that is a 100% required Bombos tablet for the fire rod. As soon as our runners get our 2 swords, I'm sure they'll be going right there. And we got another medallion from the magic bat. We got the Quake medallion.
I didn't see Lumaga get the magic powder. I must have missed that.
I believe that was the one thing of use in Mini Moldworm Cave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we might need Bombos. We might need Quake, and with Mire and Turok, both crystals, we're gonna need a medallion of some shape and form.
Okay, Voranthe did not go into desert after checking Agina. Saved and quit and is doing the South Shore route. And Lumaga is dipping into Skull Woods for 2 items.
Yeah, not really much they can do in terms of dungeon clears. They can do Eastern, which would be technically out of logic, but I'm sure these runners can do the Dark Walk in Eastern with no problem.
Yeah, there's a fairly nice setup for doing the back room of Eastern, which tends to be the more difficult one, trying to get the key off of the green Igor. You just fire an arrow into his eye and wait for him to slowly walk forward.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Lumaga's have to be really careful with the, and many factors affecting his run here.
Yeah, I would be freezing. Yeah, freeze them. Freeze them. Throw some pots at them. Take them out. See what the stun prize is. And Voranthe is going to go and make the long walk over to Ice Rod Cave, and we'll see what's in there.
Okay, Ice Rod is having some good use outside of Turtle Rock. And in Ice Rod Cave, we have ourselves a piece of heart.
Definitely not worth the long walk, but it could use for a useful refill if you get that 4th heart piece somewhere in the Dark World.
I can imagine here Lumaga is going to take a quick look at the pedestal with the mirror and the book.
Let's get an early ped hype. Early ped check.
The only thing that could really be on the pedestal at this point is going to be either, I think Samaria could still be on there, and Flute.
Yeah, Flute or Samaria. Can't be Hammer.
Can't be Hammer, can't be... We know where Fire Rod is.
Yeah, it can't be flippers. And it is just 3 bombs.
Yep. Pedestal is dead for tonight, guys.
But don't worry, we have a very interesting seed shaping up here. We know that that fire rod is on the Bombos tablet, and we do not have sight of a sword yet. Voranthe doing a fake flipper to Hobo.
Yep. See what our friend has today. We have a fire shield. Okay. Still no melee weapon, but we can defend ourselves against fireballs at least.
Perfect.
Also, yes, this is the last match of today. We are winding down on week 1 of the league. And many close races this week. A lot of crazy races, and it's been this is only week 1. Like, you can only imagine how the rest of the weeks are going to go. I'm very excited.
64 matches every week, and I think that we had a pretty high rate of getting restreams for them all.
Yeah.
So shout outs to all of our fellow commentators and trackers. And Lumaga taking it F at Skullwoods. Voranthe did fake flipper up to Waterfall. Didn't find anything of particular use in there. We'll see if he decides to go. Yes, will still be our first look at Eastern. 3 items for sure from Sahasrahla. And if you do the Dark Rooms, you'll be able to get the 3 items from Eastern Palace as well.
Lumaga getting a piece of heart. I think that's the first item out of Skullwoods. We haven't really found anything else in here.
Yep, that was the first item. And he's not continuing in Skullwoods. I don't think he checked the compass chest or the pinball room.
I don't think he did, no.
We're on Mirror Shield.
Okay. Alright, well, if we need to get something from Laser Bridge, we can totally do it with no problem.
Although this is an advanced logic, so doing laser skips with walking is in logic. Lumaga is going to go and walk over to Graveyard Ledge, while Voranthe heads into Eastern.
The fact that we have already a fully upgraded shield and still no sword.
Alright, come on. Are we going to get a sword in Graveyard Ledge or in Eastern?
Okay, Graveyard Ledge, we have 20 rupees.
So not there.
Alright, Voranthe, and our first trip into Eastern Palace starts off with Compass. See, I imagine Voranthe will probably be clearing this dungeon in full with the bow in hand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how familiar he is with the second Dark Room, but I imagine he'll be able to handle the first Dark Room. But we have a sword!
Yay, our first sword!
Alright, well that actually will help a lot with that second Dark Room. He'll be able to cast Bombos to get rid of all the Popos. And that just makes navigation quite a bit better. Ooh, it looks like our Stelphos have the fairy drop pool, which is one of the better ones. Because
nice.
It drops fairies, it drops bombs, and it drops full magic. And since Stelphos are in almost every dungeon, it's a good way to get refills.
Okay, let's see, suck it up with some arrows.
Alright, there's our second item, the 20. Last one is either in this vanilla big key chest or on the boss itself. If it is in the vanilla big key chest, Voranthe might decide to just skip out on Armos for the moment
Mm-hmm.
and combo it with a dip with Pod later.
Yeah, Pod is a pendant this time around, and I know some runners aren't really down with the idea of dipping pendant dungeons, but if you're able to and you're still looking for a lot of items left, it's not a bad idea to do so.
Lumaga's going to give us a look at Zora Ledge. Voranthe had saved and quit right out of Waterfall Ferry.
Mm-hmm.
We got a B.
Just a bottle. Right, last item is on the Armos Knights.
Lumaga's going to go and follow Voranthe into Eastern. So while we're waiting for that, I'd mentioned that, again, Grouchy Old Men took game 1 in this series, and they're tied for first with the team of WJPTBB.
I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. I just see all the letters.
This is one of the few groups where no team has taken a full 6 points yet. There was 2 teams who have played both games. There was a split between But We're Buddies and Missing Links, who both won 1 game each. And up until tonight, Team Kappa and Wilco Pud for Food hadn't played a game, but they did play earlier, and Team Kappa, one up representing Team Kappa, took the win.
Very nice. And we're showing an example of how to do that dark room, the second dark room rather, in Eastern Palace with shooting an arrow to the Igor and having an easier time tracking him down. Gets it done with no problem.
And from there on, it's smooth sailing. The only tricky part is getting the timing for the 2 red Igors here. But nicely done. Stocking up on arrows once more, just in case Armos goes sideways. Looking for 18 arrows with the fast kill. We got a little ways away from him. I think the fast kill is still salvageable. Didn't quite get it, but gets 50 rupees for his trouble. But more importantly, the very first crystal at 24 minutes in.
All right. I think the only thing we have left in Logic, at least, is the Hyrule Castle.
We've got Hyrule Castle, we've got Thieves Town, and we do have Desert as well.
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
and we can turn in that mushroom.
Oh, that's right. Many options. Let's see. Looks like Voranthe is going to check out the front of Escape. So I want to talk about our 2 teams for tonight. So we have on your left, we have Grouchy Old Man comprised of Xylo, Lumaga, and Verts 505. For those of you who have not done so, we have the website for the league. I don't think we have a command for that, do we? I'm not sure, but I'll go ahead and just copy paste our. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Marty. We have all of our teams and their logos up for the viewing, and I like how Grouchy Old Man's logo is the Triforce with all the men in Link to the Past, so Uncle, Sarshala, and the Old Man in Death Mountain. And for Where in the World is Our Gosh Dang Bombos, we have Hippo Man, Voranthe, and Flaming Rock.
And their logo being a spin on the Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego has a faded Bombos hiding behind the specter of Earth.
totally off topic, but Where No Worlds Carmen Sandiego was a very solid game. Highly, highly recommend.
I would love to see that relaunched.
Oh.
But only if they keep Rockapella.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
Nothing so far from Voranthe in Hyrule Castle. Got one chest left here in Zelda's Cell, and we'll see if he goes to Dark Cross. Which, unless this is the map would be in Dark Cross.
Yeah. Which is best case scenario for Voranthe, so he doesn't go back there. And it's the map. Right, and just gonna save and quit and head on elsewhere.
I don't believe Voranthe did the back of Escape yet. That was only Lumaga.
That's right.
And with equipping bombs, I think this might be a Houlihan play. Not sure. Oh no, of course, because you have to bomb the wall.
Yeah.
Voranthe thinking 2 steps ahead.
Mm-hmm. Although I don't know if our runners are inclined to visit Zora at some points, but rupees have been very this seed has been very stingy in terms of rupees.
Yeah,
Oddly enough.
It feels like there's been a lot of checks with rupees, but they've been 5s and 20s, and none of the big rupee hordes like we're expecting.
I haven't seen any 300 drops yet, surprisingly.
Alright, Voranthe heading back to the Dark World portal as Lumaga finishes up his Eastern Palace for the crystal. I imagine Voranthe will probably do the same dip into Skullwoods. But no, actually, he is going to sequence break up the mountain. With the sword, this makes it a little bit easier. The hook shot and mirror give us pretty much access to full clear, both light and dark Death Mountain.
Yep. And should he choose to do so, he can also go into Hera, and assuming it's not fire-locked in the basement of Hera, he could clear it for the green pendant.
And with the hookshot, though, Hera podding is an option, although it's always very risky if it is that big key that's in the basement.
Yeah, Hera popping, one of the, I think it's not so much recent now, one of the newer minor glitches found in the game, which involves, gosh, it's a little bit of a setup where you have to bomb yourself near the pods in the hobby of Hera, and as you have the frames of invincibility, you hook yourself onto the pod and then kind of fall in. It's like that's my basis of my understanding of that glitch. I've tried. I haven't really perfected it yet myself. It's a little bit precise to do.
It is a very pixel precise trick, but if you're good at single frame movements and setting up yourself, it's pretty doable. We'll get a check of the ether tablet as well. Maybe there'll be something important on this one as well.
We have fire rod on bombos. Ether tablet could have something of importance as well. Nope, just kind of nah.
The important thing is that being on Death Mountain out of logic, if we find anything progression-wise, we know that it'll be locked behind either the flute or the lamp. If we find either of those up here, then we know that it's going to be the flute or the lamp in one of those places left down on the main floor, but in main Hyrule. But we do get an early big key, so Hera potting will be not risky today.
Nope.
Voranthe getting the first item, a piece of heart, is then going to nope out of Hera.
Meanwhile, Lumaga... Oh, looks like Lumaga's going to check out the Dark Death Mountain first.
This is the more item dense area, and with the mirror, it can be pretty efficient. see if Super Bunny gives us any goods today.
Oh, Lumaga not trying to get the clip with the hook shot to take the long way around. Well, he has the mirror, so you could just make him disappear.
Yeah, it's always a little bit... I think the hook shot is faster if you get it done quickest.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
the lamp.
All right, so the flute has to be somewhere in the places that we've got left in Main Hyrule. And there's our hammer and Super Bunny, so now we've got access to everything. So flute getting we're not going to find it up here. We're not going to find it behind the hammer. It's probably in Thieves Town, which means that these runners are going to have to dip Thieves Town without the hammer.
In the Molten Cave, not bringing a whole lot, except that.
Sword and a cape. Oh, well, and the other good thing is Lamp being locked behind the flute, there is no way that Aghanim is in logic now.
Correct, yeah. This also means that once Voranthe gets the chance, he can head over to the Bumble's Tablet and get that fire rod.
And then that'll be a Skull Woods full clear.
And today, let's see. Oh, looks like Treasure Rock requires the Bumble's medallion.
And there was a comment in chat that they just got the hammer for Thieves Town. That's right, they will have the hammer going in Thieves Town, but logically they were expected to go into Thieves Town without the hammer. Well, probably Thieves Town. It could be on the Mushroom or in Desert or on Zora.
Yeah, but as far as we know, they are not supposed to have this lamp at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the hammer. Alright, Hookshot K got some nice change of clothes. Not a whole lot.
No. So now that we have the knowledge of where Fire Rod is and we have our 2 required swords, we're going to be looking for Samaria and the flippers and potentially the boots.
Yeah, and Voranthe is the only one of our 2 runners who knows about the fire rod.
Yeah, Lumaga has not done his South Dark World loop yet. Which, other than the knowledge of the fire rod, didn't pay much out.
Right.
Alright, we'll see if Lumaga decides to go deeper into Hera to find that second item.
Yeah, that green pendant is very tempting.
Although now that he's already cleared Eastern, there's less reason to go in. But no, he is not gonna clear Hera either.
Right, so both players with similar thought process of handling Death Mountain.
Hopefully that's not gonna bite them. Lumaga had some unfortunate mirror placement trying to get into Spiral Cave. I think that both of our runners will likely go back to Thieves Town now as soon as they finish their Death Mountain clear, now that they know that they have the hammer. They're not going to orphan an item in there.
Yeah.
It's one of our 5-6 crystals. And then potentially go to Desert afterwards, which is the other 5-6 crystal.
I think, now that I think about it, Spike Cave is down in logic. So unless they need more. Actually, no. Yeah, because if Cape and
a bottle.
In a bottle, yeah.
Yeah, so you logically need 2 full magic bars for Spike Cave. So either half magic or, an invincibility item and a bottle. And we have both of them.
See, Voranthe is not going to go over the Spike Cave and so to save and quit.
He does know he's going to have to climb Death Mountain again for Turtle Rock. So if it's something like, I don't know, like Samaria in Spike Cave or in Hera, he can take care of it at that time.
Right.
Yeah, Voranthe is going to go right to that Bomblos tablet, get the fire rod, and then probably go inside Desert. I say probably because, again, anytime we try to predict these runners' movements, they...
Yeah, if Desert Palace is not boots locked, then we can clear Desert Palace with the lamp to light the torches on the way to Land Molest.
And Lumaga.
Let's see where you have to.
Lumaga is going to go and probably go back into Thieves Town. Or into Thieves Town for the first time. And as expected, our fire rod and going over to Desert.
Yes, we have our 2 fire sources for the game.
Second sword was also on Death Mountain.
Yep.
Alright, into Thieves Town. Now, if the flute is in here, do you think Lumaga will feel behind? Because, as I said, it's a very common play for runners to go and dip the first 4 chests of Thieves Town, even if they don't have the hammer.
I don't think so. We're still pretty early to the seed, all things considered, a little over 30 minutes in. It looks like Desert Palace is boots locked. So Voranthe is going to have to shift gears here.
Trying to decide. I think he was trying to decide between turning in that mushroom or going to Thieves Town, and he's going to go to Thieves Town, or perhaps Skullwoods, because now that he does have that fire rod, that's full clearable.
Yeah, I think it seems a more likely place where you get 2 dungeons down right off the bat.
Oof, and nothing but dungeon items in the front of Thieves Town anyway.
Yeah.
Those flippers.
Alright.
Okay, so now we've got a clearable out of Logic Swamp.
Yep, correct.
And a clearable also clearable out of Logic Ice Palace. That flute could very well be an Ice Palace, and the Logic expected you to dip in there for the flute and then go back up Death Mountain.
That's ugly. I like it.
We still also have Zora himself in Logic. Neither of our runners quite have the cash for that.
And this also means that with the flippers, Swamp Palace is now open.
Yep. 6 lovely items.
And this... Go ahead.
And I would say that this early in the seed, it might not be too terrible to go into Swamp Palace. Even if you don't find your progression, you might find another sword, or your silvers, or cash for Zora. It's at the part of the seed where even the garbage chests aren't necessarily that garbage.
Yeah. So we definitely now need the boots as well.
Having found both the map and the compass in Thieves' Town, we know for sure that there's an actual item in the big chest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fairies are our sun prize today. That's good to know.
That is the best sun prize. Aside from maybe big 20, especially you were trying to farm early rupees.
Yes.
At least their players are now getting more hearts and don't have to do the whole game with, the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm. Although, Mirror Shield now, and there's Ether. All right, so no matter what, we won't be searching for medallions today.
Yeah?
One more item left on blind. We have one really good option where you could just do vanilla sword swings. Kana Burna is really nice for taking out blind because you not only get the invincibility, you get perfectly timed damage.
Do you think the ice rod is cool? Yeah, Blind, I do think the ice rod is cool.
It's super cool. I'd get a bedazzled ice rod with, like some rhinestones on it. It'd be super cool.
Lumaga on the third phase of blind and takes down easily.
And there's our...
It wasn't required double tip into... Actually, no, because...
Well, potentially. We don't know if...
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know if that Ether Medallion is required or not. But yeah. Alright, there we go. We are fully in logic. I am a little surprised he's not mirroring and activating that flute right now. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Like,
he just realized. Yeah,
like, wait. I can do this now. Wait a minute.
I think he was thinking about hammer picks. No, wait. Fast travel's much better. I can do the hammer pigs after. I think he did the smith part of the smith chain, but has not done the purple chest yet.
I think so.
Because Voranthe did the purple chest and then did that Bombos tablet check.
That's right.
So this could be okay for Lumaga. We'll go and do hammer pegs, do the south loop with purple chest, and then hopefully look at the Bombos tablet.
Mm-hmm. Right, and it's Vorant's turn to make the dance with blind, get it down. We'll be getting the flutes.
And that's crystal number 2 for Voranthe. Now he's got a couple of more options. Since he's already done the smith chain and got the mushroom from K45, can go and do a quick flute to turn that in, as well as, of course, getting all the information about the mire area.
Yeah, he wants to clear Skullwoods now with the fire rod, so it'll be a single dip for him into that dungeon.
That'll be a good time save. No, wait, the mushroom was on Stumpy, wasn't it?
I think the mushroom was actually in the purple chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Stumpy didn't have anything on him of importance.
And you're quite right. Voranthe is on his way into Skullwoods. We'll probably also do the ped check and find out that it's not anything of importance.
You'll see how Voranthe will route Skullwoods. Usually, especially if you have the mirror, most runners tend to do the back first and feed Mothula, or just going to go to the front. That also works too.
Might be hoping to grab an extra small key or two.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we only saw the piece of hearts.
And there's the other item. Okay.
Okay.
That's the big 20, so.
Yeah, and the piece of 20 was in... With the big 20, rather, was in the, I can't remember the official name of that room. It's the...
The pot prison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Voranthe dropped down without a small key. He may get himself soft lock in here. Oh no, he's fine. Yeah, here's the pot prison. And that's the second item.
Yes,
Lumaga not happy about that.
It's like this worst hype cave ever. Yeah, all Voranthe needs is just a few more small keys, and he can head over and defeat Mothula.
Yep. Pick up the one under the pot, under the second, in the last room of Skullwoods 2, and probably kill the Gibdo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is the mushroom for Lumaga. Going back.
Where are we going, Lumaga?
Hopefully Bombo's tablet.
There we go, good. Get that fire rod. Now the question for Lumaga is, does he go back into Skullwoods and clears it, or does he go straight into Swamp Palace while he's in the area?
That's a really hard call, because he wants to, full clear Swamp Palace. Everyone prefers to go mode it.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
Alright, did go back into the Dark World. I just want to know what that mushroom is. It would have been so easy to flip to 2 after getting the fire rod. Voranthe is on to Mothula. Having pretty good luck keeping Mothula away from the top spikes, so it can actually do damage.
Mm-hmm.
As I say that, and Mothula just said, no, I'm gonna go camp out in this corner here.
I got a few more swipes. There we go.
A useless big key, but better, the third crystal. That's not a bad pace at all.
No? 3 crystals in about less than 15 minutes? It's not bad at all.
Ooh, Voranthe did not mirror and check Ped. Oh, I think he just realized.
It's like, wait, I can also do that now.
Thief, please. I think he's still gonna bonk on the thief. Oh, barely.
Yep.
Nope, is just gonna float away.
Okay, now you're fluid. Okay.
Alright, turning in that mushroom. Alright, let's see if this is something good. I would love to see the Cane of Samaria here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could clear Mire and Turtle Rock. That'd be the dream.
Giving the witch the mushroom will give us.
Oh!
You called it! Oh my gosh!
Oh, best commentator's curse. No, that's not a curse.
That's a blessing.
That's an absolute blessing.
I think. No, we're almost go mode. Almost go mode. We need boots still.
Yeah, boots for go mode. Oh gosh, this is fantastic.
Watch boots are probably going to be in the Mire area, like just because the seed would do that.
Oh, that would be beautiful. I would love that. That would make my day if the boots were here. And, oh no, it's Quake.
Oh yeah,
why
Quake.
doesn't
wait? Does he?
Why doesn't Voranthe have Quake? I'm sure he should have Quake.
No, because Quake was on the bat.
That's right. He hasn't done Magic Bat yet. Oh
Ooh,
no.
he's got over. He has it over there soon.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be tricky because he's full cleared everything else in that area. The only other thing he'll have is Graveyard Ledge.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's already now done Skullwoods and Thievestown. He's done all of it, Village of Outcasts and the Smith Chain. Still has Hammer Pegs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. This seed that's going to be where in that world is gosh dang Quake Medallion.
Oh, looks like Voranthe is picking up the 50 rupees, and I think he's thinking of Sora.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Already did the earlier checks, fake flip brain, so all he has left is Zora in the area. Okay, no boots so far in Swamp.
I don't think Lumaga didn't go into left side.
No. And unfortunately, I didn't see if we've picked up any dungeon items yet. Alright, King Zora, what is our $500 investment today?
A 10% cash back.
Great. Okay, on to Master Sword Argus. Definitely not the worst Argus.
Well, I mean, it's better than menu strats, I suppose.
Yep. And this looks like it's going to be a swamp play for Voranthe as well, or potentially a walk over to Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just missing those fire rod shots.
So come back here, Argus. Let me kill you. Don't kill me. No. That's not how this works.
One more Master Sword spin should do it. And that'll be crystal number 3 for Lumaga. With $300. Hi?
I wasn't keeping track of items in Swamp Palace.
Did we have all the dungeon items on the left side?
We'll see if he goes back in. If he pulls up the menu there, but oh,
Okay.
okay.
Lucky Swamp.
Alright, cool. That's very rare you get that Swamp Palace layout.
And is gonna get his Cane of Samaria Toot Sweets.
Yeah, he'll be getting his. So he'll go to the Mire area.
Yeah.
Be able to clear it.
Yeah, and then we'll find out if that boots are in Mire. A little extra powder for the assistant.
So here you go.
Okay, so we are on the hunt for the boot. Could be here in Misery Mire, could be in Turtle Rock. Hopefully not in one of our pendant dungeons, but we also have a couple more overworld places to check. We've got Catfish and Pyramid Ledge and Spike Cave.
Yeah, so we know for sure that boots cannot be in the Pyramid Ferry because Desert Palace is a red crystal.
Right, and we did get a ped check earlier from Lumaga, and it was nothing important.
It was garbage.
Lumaga will be getting the bad news soon that Desert is indeed boots locked. Okay, no, there is one item on the left side for sure.
Oh.
So Lumaga just chose not to go back, and Voranthe looks like he is going to go and do it. Could the boots be here? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
Will they be here? Who knows?
It'll probably be another big 20, which is red, like the boots.
Mm-hmm. Or the red boomerang. We don't have that either.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe,
Yeah, I see. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just trying to think. Or maybe a bottle of red goo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have been seeing a lot of runners doing the skipping left side of swamp play as of late. And I think it really just depends, really. It's all circumstantial. Like if it's really early in the seed and you have so many more items you need to find, then I wouldn't skip it personally. The only time I would see people skipping it is if you feel like you're behind.
Yeah. Or if you found some other progression in the dungeon and you figure, well, there can't be anything else here. It's got to be deeper in there.
Yeah, I will say that the race I commentated on Monday, one of the runners skipped left side swamp, and Swamp Palace was the second dungeon that was available to our runners, and the ice rod was there. It was not a very pretty sight.
First item in left side swamp was that map, and of course it's the big key, so we gotta keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that second item is left, whatever that last item in swamp is, it is buried deep in there.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lumaga did skip out on doing this when he was in here earlier.
We'll see if it is worth it or not.
I will say that stun prize has been really, really beneficial for our runners today.
Absolutely.
Definitely better than a single rupee, that's for sure.
Yep. Alright, we've got a small key in there, and it's only 5 rupees in the big chest, so that's not our answer.
Mm-hmm.
And Lumaga finding a small key in the compass chest means that the big key in Mire is vanilla. Can't get around it.
Yes, unfortunately that left side skip from Lumaga is not going to haunt him today, at least.
Two cutscenes on the same screen. Sadly, Lumaga's lasts much longer.
Mm.
We are still looking for our 2 items in Mire. It has only been dungeon items so far.
Mm-hmm.
3 more chests at the front to check, including the big key, or the big chest rather.
Well, I'd like to point out that for the upcoming Vitreous fights, we only have our Master Sword at the moment. Unless they find the sword here.
A sword would be really good. Silvers would be even better.
Oh yeah, silvers on Vitreous. Oh.
They do have the cape, so they can do some cape strats. If you spam the sword swings while with the cape, you won't take any damage. Or your magic will drain slower. Okay. Our items are in the big chest and on Vitreous.
I'll say for anyone who is into rando and, likes doing these kind of races, it's you want to learn how to be able to do most boss fights with a bare minimum. Like, you're not always going to be guaranteed, tempered sword or silvers for any sort of fight. So I know for one, I have died more times to Vitreous on Master Sword Hammer than I would like to admit. So it just takes some practice to get used to.
Yep. I'm working through a swordless enemizer right now, and I'll tell you
Oof.
what, Vitreous, when you don't have the goo to show when his eyeball is coming up, is really terrifying.
Mm-hmm. I haven't done a swordless run before. I'm sure.
Well,
I'm sure at some point, but not today.
this was a mystery seed. It was an
Ugh.
inverted wild big key enemizer swordless seed. It's fun. I liked it.
It's one of the many things that await you when Mystery Seed Week comes in week 4, I think.
Yes, week 4. Slowly ramping up the craziness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So next week for week 2, we have a neat little mode that I've grown accustomed to called Ambrosia mode, which means it's a standard start. Your uncle will spoil the boots. Will kind of spoil. He'll tell you if it's really in the light world or dark world, and you start off with a sword. And
Yeah,
also, the bosses and dungeons will always have an item, so they're not going to have map, compass, or keys.
which is really makes a neat variance when you're routing. And we are getting those cape sword spam strats from Lumaga. Can take out all of the small eyes with your single magic bar, and then probably go for hammer strats on the big eye.
Yep. And Voranthe is going to be getting that quick medallion. And thank you to Sinak in chat. Saha will also say if the boots are in a dungeon as well, so I did not know that. That's good to know.
Okay, went for the 8 arrows for Vitreous Eye. Our second item in Meyer is $5, and that's crystal number 4 for Lumaga. No boots.
Where could those boots possibly be?
Turtle Rock's the most dense location. But we have all of those pendant dungeons that we barely dipped. We only got 1 item of Tower of Era. We've got the green pendant off of them. There's 6 items in Pod, another 3 in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I am. There's a slight part of me that is sad that hints are disabled for the tournament, because for the hints are on, you're guaranteed a hint about the boots. They'll tell you where they are.
Yeah, but that hint could be in Agate Tower or Dark
That's true.
Rod Cave.
Yeah.
In awful, awful places. I'm not sure why Lumaga went back into desert.
I was gonna say, yeah, because he wasn't here. He wasn't here before pouring to Meyer, right? Yeah, I think maybe in the very, very small percentage of runners who I enjoy hints, even the ones that were some of the few funny ones. I think my favorite hint of all time is some bombs require a big red bomb.
I was a fan of some cash and some cash is in Left Side Swamp.
Oh, see, there are some good ones.
I thought Lumaga did Agina as well. Maybe not.
I don't think he has yet, no.
Oh, no. Wall is unbombed.
Yeah, let's see. Voranthe is going to check out is wrapping up with Graveyard Ledge. I imagine he's probably going to loop in.
Oh, no.
Nope. I thought he was going to do Catfish, but he has.
Going back to the mountain. Okay, so this is probably Spike Cave and Turtle Rock. And Lumaga is going to go and check Ice Rod. He opted to leave this earlier, hoping for food. His hopes were rewarded, and unfortunately, though, Ice Rod Cave is not where our boots are hiding today.
Nope. Yeah, so Turtle Rock can be cleared in full with the crystal. There's a good chance the boots could be in here.
Although again, Master Sword Trinex is not a fun fight, especially without half magic. I'm sure both of these runners are fine. Will have no issues at all. But I have seen experienced runners run out of magic on Trinex, and that's a feels bad moment right there.
Oh yeah, I felt that. I felt that way too many times. Although Hammer does do the same amount of damage as a tempered sword, but the hitbox is a little bit more precise.
Yep, and then you're always risking running into the heads and taking damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, Lumaga did not do Mire Shed.
A little bit different routing for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just feeling a little bit uncertain about what to do next. Okay, we have a piece apart here in Turtle Rock. So if for some reason they decided to dip in here with a fire rod, they would not have gotten very far.
Yep. I see where Lumaga heads off now.
This is probably Pyramid Pod Catfish.
Yeah. No one has gone to pod yet.
Nope. I mean, it is a pendant, but it still has 5 items in it.
Yeah, I think both of our runners at this point know that the pedestal is dead, so even if there is an item on the boss, they can just save him right afterwards.
Yeah. Small key in front of Turtle Rock. The other option for the boots is that second item in Tower of Hera.
Mm-hmm.
Which both of our runners decided not to go after.
Yeah. And also, as well as the green pendant.
Mm-hmm.
So where the heck could those boots possibly be tonight?
We'll get a couple of new checks soon. We'll see if there's anything on Pyramid Ledge, and shortly we'll see if there's anything in Chomps. We do have a required small key, so if this is the big key, then we can potentially... I was going to say we could skip the big chest, but no, we're not in go mode.
Nope. Also, going to say that I was going to say that I thought those were the boots on the Pyramid Ledge, but it was another red item that Lumaga has opted to not grab. That was the red boomerang.
Yeah, once you get flippers, the usefulness of the red boomerang is to near zero.
Yeah, it sparkles though when you throw it in the air. That's nice.
That's nice if you like lag.
But you have that flare though.
The red boomerang is most definitely not cool.
Alright, let's see. Checking out the lava chest in Turtle Rock.
And we get catfish at the same time.
So that's what he was, yep.
Yeah. Alright, catfish, are you holding some speedy footwear?
Nope, it's another red item. Not the boots.
And Lumaga gonna make the walk over to Zora, get scanned.
So after Lumaga is done here, where does he go?
I don't think he'll walk back to his mirror portal to do pod. He might save and quit and go back to pod anyway with just his loot.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, best items are either follow Voranthe into Turtle Rock or go into pod.
I just realized Mimic Cave is also open.
Yep.
Alright, so do
I'm so used
quit.
I'm so used to just always considering that Mimic Cave is part of Turtle Rock, but I guess you don't have to have the mirror to get here.
Yeah, sometimes I haven't had a seat in a while where there was some importance in Mimic Cave.
But only $50 this time.
Yeah.
Lumaga is doing the Death Mountain play. Not doing Spike Cave, is gonna go and follow Voranthe into Turtle Rock, so regardless, Unless Voranthe does the pyramid catfish checks as well, Voranthe will have a slight lead. Another red thing in the big chest, but only big 20.
Yeah, Voranthe is up in crystals as well, with 4 having completed Skullwoods, and Lumaga still at 3.
No, Lumaga has 4 as well because she's done pod.
Oh, that's right,
Mire.
That's right, he did right. That's right.
He did Mire.
Gotcha. I totally forgot about that for a moment.
And this will have to be a small key for Voranthe. And we know that we will get a small key on Laser Bridge, as well as 3 other checks.
Yep. Let's see, while I have our both runners in the same dungeon. There we go. Yeah. So, if you guys haven't done so already, if you guys would like to check out more of what these 2 runners have on their streams, feel free to follow them on their Twitch channels.
Yeah, we're doing our best to try to restream all of the league participants. Everyone in the league has to race at least 3 races for their team. That includes being either half of the co-op teams as well. But if we're not able to restream them, following them is the best way. Oh no, Voranthe!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Does he have a fairy?
He doesn't. Oh.
Oh, that's fine. He got that halfway point, so he's good.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm being corrected in chat. Each runner has to complete 4 races for their team.
Yes.
But if we're not able to restream them, following them is the best way to be able to catch all of their races. It's free. It helps them out.
Yeah. Again. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, you can gain a lot of insight as to how runners' minds work and how they route their seeds if you follow them and listen to them thinking through them.
Yep, and with 64 teams, and what is that, like 100, almost 200 runners in total, there's a lot of rando to go around.
192 runners. If you follow all 190, be guaranteed to never run out of viewing material.
And what's great about the league is that we have runners of all sorts of skill level from all over the world, and it's a great thing. And if you guys are able to catch as many races as you can, it's gonna be a great time.
Okay, Voranthe made his way past the mini Helma, used his red potion to get a bloomerang, the compass.
Gotta be really careful here. 2 more chests.
Right, piece of heart, and then...
ooh, that's a clutch refill though. That means that last key is gonna be here.
Get out of the way, hard hat beetle. Not taking the safety door.
Ooh, that's a... I wasn't really keeping track of how his magic potion loadout was.
I don't think he's bought anything. So I think that one potion, that red potion, was all that he... So he's gotta do it in his 8 shots. Yeah, and saving that little tiny bit of magic by putting the platform first and then grabbing the refill.
Right, so we have Trinex, Master Sword Trinex. It's very, very risky.
Oh, missed one shot on the firehead, and sword beams are interrupting. That's the one bad thing about sword beams, is that sometimes they'll hit instead of your sword swing, and you won't be doing as much damage as you can. And I think that he might...
Does he have enough though?
If he goes to hammer, he'd be able to. So he has one more fire rod shot, and then you'll have to switch to hammer. Oh no, the ice got him. Oh no. Oh.
He's gonna have to...
Oh.
Yeah, I think he needs some refills. Oh, that's right. He could have. Well, he didn't get that. He didn't get that safety door though, so he would have been.
He would have had to walk back from the big chest again.
Yeah.
I disagree with the save and quit. Having to rewalk all the way through is a long trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially he had the bug net. He could have taken the safety door, grabbed some fairies in bottles anyway, so that he could have done the hammer strats.
He's going into Dark Cross?
Yeah, I guess he hasn't done Dark Cross yet. He didn't have the lamp.
Did Lumaga do it as well?
I can't recall if he did or not. There is an item on Trinex.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see. Maybe if this is the boots? Nope.
Nope. Okay. So we'll see where Voranthe goes to from here.
He might decide to clear out Meyer now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he doesn't have the magic to open up Meyer right now.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right.
This will probably be Pod.
So there is one more item on Trinex, right? We have all the dungeon items? Okay.
I took a quick look at Lumaga's menu when he was entering Turtle Rock, and he had the map, and we saw the compass on Laser Bridge.
Okay. So we'll see how Lumaga fares going to Trinex himself.
I think he'll take the safety door.
Yeah,
he's walking right straight down to it. Oh,
unless
hard hat beetle, please.
Why are you even there, you hard hat bat beetle? You don't even go here. So annoying.
Cane of Samaria is the best way to deal with this guy. He'll just bump off and bump right off the edge.
Yep.
Or knock you. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh.
Oh, poor Lumaga also taking a death on Turtle Rock, having to walk back from the big chest.
Alright, he's gonna give it a second go. Yeah, Turtle Rock is not being very kind to our runners tonight.
Grampus, Yep, and Pod will do Catfish, however, has already done Zora, so won't be doing the slow walk that way.
Mm-hmm.
But may hookshot over to take care of... Oh no, we already did Graveyard Ledge, so he might just mirror and then flip back to 5.
Yeah.
As our runners are re-watching, as we said, week 2 is going to be Ambrosia, and then for these teams, Grouchy Old Men next week is going to face Wilpul's Head for Food, which is Hacksaw, Technolink, and Fat Boy 300. And Where in the World is Our Gosh Dang Bomb Boat is going to meet But We're Buddies of Locke, Chelsea Lynn, and Fantalis. Those matches are not scheduled yet, but the runners can schedule them as soon as they'd like.
Yeah, I did see some matches already lined up for next week, and again, it was like 64 matches a week, right? So is it how the math came out to?
Yep, exactly. Every team plays 2 matches, 64 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lumaga not taking any strats, just gonna use Canaberna. Voranthe filling up on some blue potions.
Alright, and Lumaga there we go. Lumaga taking that safety.
Alright, let's see if Voranthe is going back to Turtle Rock. He is doing Meyer. You know what? Potions aren't too bad either. He's facing the same Vitreous that Lumaga did, which is Master Sword, no silvers. Lumaga didn't fill up with fairies, but I guess we'll take the anti-fairy here. I don't like to face Trinex without something in my bottles.
Yeah. I think we've only seen 2 bottles in the seed.
Yep. The one on Zora Ledge that has a bee in it, and the red potion that we got early.
Okay. Alright, Lumaga, let's see. See how we do here with Trinex.
He is switching to hammer strats. This is good, so
Very nice.
he'll be able to get some extra hits in.
Yeah, the ice head making...
Oh no!
Oh no!
I think
he's short.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He's gonna be short.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to do it.
No, he. One of the issues was that he tried to fire the ice rod at the firehead just as the firehead was taking damage, and the ice rod didn't take it. All right.
I think if you leave and come back, does that magic pot reappear?
Yeah, as soon as you mirror, everything respawns.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
All right, we'll have to go round 2 against Trinex.
Yeah, this is the scary part for a randomizer where you're fighting, these Dark World enemies with just the bare minimum, and it gets really hairy.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I don't know how much practice Lumaga's had at Hammer Trinex.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely one of my least favorite Hammer bosses.
Right, totally. Alright, take 2.
Is not bothering with Hammer strats. No, nope, he's ran out of magic now.
Yeah,
he'll have to do Hammer strats on the ice head.
You have to get them pretty precise too.
Nope. He's out. Yeah. I don't know if Lumaga knows that you can just mirror us, because as soon as you mirror, everything respawns. It's just like how in Tower of Hera, if you get trapped behind the crystal switch blocks and then you mirror, you have to kill those hard-hit beetles again.
Right.
Yeah, personally, I would have gone and maybe filled up my bottles with fairies, because then at least you can feel a little bit more reckless when you're doing those hammer strats. You're not as afraid of getting hit. Because that's the problem, is that you're watching where the heads are dodging to, watching your consumption, and then you're watching for when the tail's going to come out. And
yeah. All right, take 3 this time, even with more feeling, Lumaga.
All right. You can do it.
All right, got...
Oh no!
Oh no!
Missed the shot.
All right, that's 1 head down. He's gonna have to switch to hammer.
Yeah, and it's gotta be a perfect hammer strat here. Can't miss any of them. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, only.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is he gonna try 1 more time?
He's gonna go grab some fairies, or might be fluting away.
He is getting that flute out.
Yep. Okay. I hope for a runner's sake the boots are not there.
Gonna grab the boots.
Yeah. Gonna grab a blue potion. See if he does some extra checks.
You also just realized that we still have our path magic is also something that's nice to have during the Trinex fight, but again with Rando, it's not always going to be a guarantee.
Nope. That is for sure. And yeah, Lumaga is going right back to Turtle Rock. We'll pick up the full magic refill in Super Bunny Cave.
Alright, meanwhile, Voranthe is wrapping up Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have to out of a boss that you think that you should be able to finish,
Mm-hmm.
you're thinking that your opponent did it.
Right.
And
At
the
this
speed.
point... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, at this point, there's not really much else that the runners have available for them.
Nope. I mean, they do have Pod, and that green pendant, and
That's
Ice
true, yeah.
Palace. Like, Pod is 5 items,
Mm-hmm.
2 more in Tower and Hera, 3 more in Ice Palace. That's plenty of checks, as well as Spike Cave. But there's always that, rando mantra to always be clearing crystals, especially when you know there's an item left.
Right. Voranthe opting for arrow strats and Vitreous.
Takes 3 arrows for each one of the small eyeballs.
Say fighting Vitreous with a Master Sword is not the best way to go, but
I'm not sure why he's not just taken the cape out. Alright. Okay, Lumaga, you got this.
alright.
Firehead is down. He's got
it.
full magic bar. It's just having that reassurance that you've got that blue potion, that gives you the confidence to be able to go through this.
Mm-hmm. I think he almost...
Oh, no, he just missed it.
Oh.
So he does need that blue potion, but that's fine because he's down on health anyway.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. There goes second head down, and that will get third phase, or second, I guess. Can't really tell if phases with Trinex, but
the snake phase.
The snake phase, yes.
Turtles are basically just snakes with shells.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Anatomy. All right, a few more swipes to go.
Down goes Trinex.
Very
done,
well done.
Lumaga.
Very nice. And today Trinex has for us bombs.
Not the boots. Okay, Voranthe is going to do his ped check. Did not do it after Skull Woods, which would have been the most convenient time, but we'll learn that it is not what he's looking for. Lumaga, where are you going to go? Where are you taking us? Looks like Spike Cave. And possibly Tower of Hera? Probably Tower of Hera first, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Spike Cave would be a little bit better to do first, because then you could go to Tower of Hera and get your magic refilled from Moldworm.
It looks like Voranthe is gonna make his return back up to Turtle Rock.
Okay, our runners were in Tower of Hera very early. Got a piece of heart as their first item in the map chest. Item density, yeah, Pod is the best bet for sure.
Yeah.
And Voranthe is doing Spike Cave, so we'll get this check as well. Alright, there's the map in the compass chest. Mug is betting on the boots, but no, it's only a 300.
Just more money. Now, does he go and complete it to keep like Green Pendant? I think he will at this point.
Yeah, because I can imagine that Pod will be the next play, and Spike Cave was not our answer. Please, we just want some shiny red boots.
Come on, game, we just want to go fast. We're 90 minutes in, we just want to go really, really fast.
Yeah, the seed was so fantastic at the outset. We had one of our runners with Titan's Mitts and Moon Pearl at the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, we had Dark World access in like 5 minutes, and now we're just in a mad rush for those boots.
Okay, Voranthe is doing the Pod play.
I imagine the runners would like to have a better offense layout with silvers, maybe silvers, possibly another sword.
Yeah, ideally silvers and another sword. Master Sword is the bare minimum you need to defeat the game.
Mm-hmm. It's painful, but it's doable.
Okay, and we only have a dungeon item in the base. Don't need to go back for that.
Nope. Yeah, Lumaga is definitely gonna go check out Spike Cave. We'll learn that. Was it just bombs, right? We just saw there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just bombs. But this is our first look into Palace of Darkness.
Okay, our bow was again very early. No worries about if this was bow locked or not.
Correct.
We actually had bow before we had logical access to pod in terms of the hammer, which eventually led to the flippers. Okay, Lumaga, Spike Cave. This will likely be a flute to 5, and then turning in that green pendant and following Voranthe into pod.
Unless, of course, the old man, Saha has the boots on him, which technically would be vanilla.
Yeah. Could we have vanilla boots?
Yeah, the green pendant was just elsewhere, but...
Okay, we got a bottle out of pod. I bet Voranthe wishes that he had that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see what else we have here. He doesn't have a key, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was very strange how he jumped into the Stalfo space. Silvers?
Oh!
Okay, silvers are
Alright.
nice.
They're very nice. Not the boots, but I'm pretty sure that's a nice addition to for his troubles.
Yeah, considering where they're at, unless the boots are someplace like in Ice Palace, I don't know if Voranthe would turn in the green pendant before doing pendant ice.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, Voranthe might not get those silver arrows.
Yeah, I also like to point out that that green pendant could have been turned in earlier.
That could have been turned in before they had to go fight Vitreous.
Mm-hmm. But as is Rando, so we have him now. That's all that matters, and they'll make some quick work. And at least you can do. You don't have to do Master Sword Silverless Ganon fights.
Yes, and you have the silvers to help you out through the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, those had to be 2 required small keys.
Yep.
Since we only got 2 small keys in the other chests. It's gonna go and... Are you gonna check the vanilla big key chest again? I'm pretty sure that it has to be a small... Yeah, this has to be a small key. It's gonna be a key for a key.
Yeah, I know small key logic in pause still trips me up sometimes.
Yep.
Alright,
So he could have just gone straight to the back. If Lumaga knows his key logic, might be able to save a little bit of more time. And yes, we had silvers on the green pendant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, green pendant in from the Tower of Hera.
Alright, Voranthe going to the back of pod. We'll get some more checks back here. Here's the meat of the dungeon. And also the meat of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious dark meat.
Mmm.
There they are.
Alright, now we're in go mode. So that means Voranthe is most likely going to be doing the rest of the seed with Master Sword, unless there's something. There's the other swords are up in Ganon's tower.
I mean, hopefully, and
Voranthe,
they're along the way.
It's like Voranthe gotta mirror back into the library, buddy. There we go.
And Lumaga's making the right play and is going straight to the back. We'll be getting those boots very shortly. They do have different dungeons done. Voranthe has Skullwoods done, but Lumaga has Turtle Rock done, and Skullwoods is much faster than Turtle Rock. And there's the boots for Lumaga. They'll both like, as we can see, Voranthe is in Desert Palace as well. See if Lumaga does that one. I imagine she will. He will. Yep, quickly get the big key off the torch, go to the back.
Yeah, the main difference is that Voranthe will have to go through Turtle Rock again to get to Trinex.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mirror portal, or if he did, it would have been gone by now with his various treks over the light world. With careful routing and strategic deaths, you can keep a mirror portal around on the Turtle Rock ledge, but it's tricky. And he also had never gotten the safety door, so that's
correct,
also...
Yeah.
And Lumaga have already cleared Turtle Rock. Will have to climb the mountain, but just needs to take the portal. Doesn't need to go into the dungeon again.
Yeah, once Lumaga is done with Desert Palace, he will have to go back to Skullwoods and just head straight to the back and defeat Mothula.
Yep, sadly Silvers do not help with Mothula.
If only.
Unless there's a lucky sword here on Lanmolas, they both will have had the same Mothula fight.
Alright, and one more, just a few more hits to the last Lanmol.
Nope, just the map.
Alright.
Okay, crystal number 6 for Voranthe.
So just to blaze through, retrace the steps into Turtle Rock, and I hope that the bottle that was in Pod, that was red potion, right?
Yeah. Okay. So now he's got both a red and a potion, and accidentally bombs.
And oh, that's a bomb. There we go.
Oh, I see. He was gonna empty his potion bottle and get another bottle of blue.
Nice.
Or green goo. I see. He would have had barely enough money to get.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lumaga having a little bit of trouble here with the silvers. Lemon play switching to swordsmans now. And with the boots, we can actually... It's a little over 90 minutes into the sea, but we can finally go past everyone.
Feels much better. That's crystal number 6 for Lumaga. Oh, there's still one Lanmo left. I thought the last one had already killed out.
Yeah. Alright, there we go.
Alright, flute to 3, enter the portal, squash a bug, and then climb the mountain for Lumaga.
Yeah, I would imagine... I'm not sure... I guess it depends on how fast Lumaga finishes up Skullwoods. If he'll be up the mountain at around the same time Voranthe finishes Trinex. It'll be hard to say.
Yeah, being able to just zip through Turtle Rock, it still isn't the fastest dungeon because you gotta wait for all these platforms, particularly like in the dark maze.
Right.
Could be pretty close. I think Lumaga will be somewhere climbing the mountain while Vorant's in Trinex.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
regardless, Lumaga's still gonna have the silver advantage.
Right.
Has that key from earlier, doesn't need to grab another one. Gets to bypass that pit.
Alright, almost there. And let's just... There we go. Oh, a little bit of a bonk there.
And yeah, Lumaga will probably finish her fight. Will definitely finish her fight first. But I think they might be heading to Ganon's tower at the same time. Means we're gonna have a little bit of a game to play.
Yes. So, not quite yet, everyone. But just think of what you want to put down for a little game.
Since Lumaga has now grabbed his 7th crystal that is required to enter Ganon's tower. And inside Ganon's tower, there are 22 locations where that big key can be. That's gating our way up to kill Aghanim 2 and the big pig. So get your guesses in chat as to where you think that big key may be.
Yeah.
We're not sure if it's going to be Voranthe or Lumaga who's entering the tower first, but whoever it is will be following their count. Voranthe still having a little bit of issues. And Trinex Clay has a bunch of potions for backup, and Lumaga's grabbing some potions as well.
Yeah, make sure in chat you're putting numbers 1 from 22. I don't want to see any, imaginary numbers, any numbers larger than 22.
No irrationals. Get that pie out of here. Hey,
see that pie.
We see that pie. No root 2, no golden ratio.
No Fibonacci number.
Oh, this is going to be really close to when they're
when
both
going to be
through. Yeah. Can do it, Voranthe. Come on. It would be so good if we get Ganon's tower sync. Come on.
I know. Oh, that'd be perfect. We're not putting anything that aren't actually numbers, chat, either.
It's like Voranthe knows that he's just delaying that Trinex kill just enough so that Lumaga could climb up the mountain.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Lumaga will make it into Ganon's tower first, but it's going to be close between the two.
Yeah, so we will be following Lumaga's count into Ganon's tower. And Voranthe does have that health and magic refill, so we're ready to go. We'll be doing everything with Master Sword, though.
Yeah, Voranthe will definitely be opening up a few extra chests along the way, hoping to find another sword. Those silvers are not going to show up as they were on the Great Pendant.
Correct. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Chest 1 is card container. Chest 2 is bombs.
Couldn't go right even if we wanted to. Time to go left.
see what route Voranthe takes. Chest 3, location 3 is 10 arrows. Bob lives to see another day.
Yep.
We have 4, 5, 6, and 7 coming up for Lumaga.
Good old Dark Magician room.
4 is bombs. 5, small key. 6, we have another small key, and chest 7 is a map.
Not going for Dark Magician strat. Gonna go and clear the full left-hand side.
Alright. Alright. Coming up, chest 8 is 10 arrows.
Not in the map chest. We're gonna go and make a bit of a trek over to the Fire Snake room. Lumaga is of Samaria strats to take care of the switches.
Mhm.
And the really nice sword spins to go and trigger your iframes. Get onto the switch.
Yeah, Alright, chest 9 in the Fire Snake room. Today is going to be
Da-da-da.
small key.
Ooh, and Voranthe with the nice NMG Bloomerang strats.
Nice.
That looks so good.
Alright, coming up.
10 through 13.
Alright, chest number 10, we have 300 rupees, 11, more bombs, 12, big 20, 13, another big 20.
Alright, on to Bob's chest. The torch was not blocked, so we will get to say hello to Bob the glitched anti-fairy. Four
Okay.
chests left on the left-hand side.
Ice Armos Knights. Armos Knights on Ice, rather, coming up soon.
Lumaga will have a bit of the advantage going into Ice Armos with the verse.
Yeah, just six silver arrows in total. There we go.
Alright, is it vanilla in 15?
Nope, 16. Nope, just on the right side.
Okay, so Dark Magician could have paid out this seed.
With
all those keys in the Salphos room.
Yep.
Could even be a Fabled Tile room.
After all this time, that key could be in Tile Room. You know, it would be somewhat poetic, but horribly just, I don't know. It seems like a very fitting end to the seed.
Oh, nice. Voranthe got the quick kill on the
Nice.
arrows.
Very nice. Alright. Heading over to the right side.
That's a nice revenge for Voranthe since they got away from him on his Eastern Palace kill.
Alright, next 4 chests coming up, we have bombs. There it is.
Number 19. And congratulations to Drosy1 who guessed 18, but the big key was in 19. And you get 11 points for the leaderboard.
Very nice.
Lumaga on her way into the gauntlet, gonna go and manipulate these mimics. Nicely taking them out with a pair of silvers.
We're having a little trouble here with the Gyptos. Be really careful here.
Ah, he's got it.
Yeah. Alright, and Voranthe will be getting his big key soon and heading up to the tower.
Oh!
Oh!
Half magic. That's a nice find.
Oh, that's gonna be very nice for Voranthe, especially if without those silvers, we'll have to do still with the strats. So getting that torch glitch is gonna be very helpful with him with half magic at hand.
Yeah. He's really gonna be hoping though for a sword in the top 4 chests.
Okay. Meanwhile, Lumaga has started up the gauntlet.
Gauntlet 1 got away from her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Zyzax and the red Stalfos like to just annoy you so much.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but at this point of the seed, if I'm in the gauntlet, I just want to just murder all the things. Just like, get out of my way, all of you. I am done with this seed. Yeah, funny story. I used to, when I first started doing rando, I would just use maul bows the entire way up to up through the gauntlet, and it was took up some time, but it was very, stress relieving.
I love ether. It's a little bit faster, and it actually does kill the Stalfos.
Really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, ether will kill Stalfos and Gyptos.
I didn't know that.
So it's also useful in the Skull Woods room.
Alright. I'm like having some trouble here with Lenmo too. Opting to save their arrows. Kind of running low on arrows, so don't want to waste too many of them before the Ganon fights.
Through that, and it's on their way to the second most satisfying room in the game, and will shortly be followed by the most satisfying room in the game. Gotta love taking care of those Wizrobes. Voranthe has actually made up some time going through the gauntlet.
Yep. Though Lumaga is running low on magic here, so be really careful. I think there should be one more pickup.
Yeah, there's a pot under here.
There we go.
Alright, nicely done. Go and take up this full magic by the lasers. And Voranthe on their way to the most satisfying rooms in the game. Lumaga getting that extra key.
Lumaga not opening the second chest in the mini Helmstorm room.
He knows he's got silver arrows, so I mean the first 2 phases of Ganon are kind of annoying with Master Sword, but it's not like the prospect that Voranthe has with Master Sword Phase 4.
Right.
Okay, on to Moldorm 2. Want to be careful not to poke the tail, otherwise you'll get Moldorm into the enraged phase.
Get very angry, Moldorm.
Moldorm not giving... Oh no, got enraged, but managed to take care of it.
And one more chest to open for Lumaga. And just a heart container, so 16 hearts, blue mail, Master Sword silvers for Lumaga coming up.
And Master Sword silverless for Voranthe. That other chest only had rupees in it. On to Aga 2 for Lumaga. Hoping for some nice patterns. Here's a good chance for a double.
see how trigonometry and Agatu go today.
Managed to salvage one hit out of it. That's not too bad. A lot of times when you take damage from that blue ball, you know, you call that round a walk.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, Lumaga going into Agatu, or finishes Agatu at 157. Voranthe is probably going to enter Agatu at 157. I'll have to take a look. If Voranthe has a cleaner Agatu, this could get really close.
Yep. Right, and Lumaga is just gonna go drop right on in.
And he gets his Ganon text box at 5731. Gotta take 12 spins for Phase 1, as well as another 12 spins for Phase 2 on Master Sword.
Gosh, I am curious as to where the heck those other two swords were.
Probably Ice Palace. Or that's my guess, maybe Pyramid Fairy.
Alright, Voranthe taking down Agatu as well.
And Lumaga is into Phase 2. This is actually some place where Voranthe could save some time with those half magic. Might choose to grab the cape and use cape's tracks to get some more spins in, or could set up a Samaria block and get double spins in.
I don't remember if Lumaga has any of their potions left over.
Yeah, he did grab some potions just before heading up the mountain.
Okay. Oh, he's well. Oh boy.
Ooh. Down to 1 heart.
Yeah, I don't think. Can you? Oh, that's right. You can still use the spin strats with the cape. Although.
Oh no! Okay, Voranthe has taken the lead.
Alright, let's see if Lumaga gets a...
Is gonna bonk off the tree and grab the...
See, I don't know, I think... How is he doing in terms of, like, magic potions? I think he still has a blue, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Voranthe is making his way through Phase 2. I think is only down to a couple of spins left. Using some nice use of the hook shot to get iframes.
And Lumaga getting a fairy in a bottle for safekeeping.
Alright, and yes, does have a blue potion to refill on magic. Voranthe being nice and careful here to not take too much damage from the fire bats. Doesn't want to have to use his potion before he has to.
Alright, and round 2 for Lumaga.
Okay, I think that is the end of Phase 2 for Voranthe. Is...
Almost.
Nope, still a couple of hits left.
Alright. Now with Lumaga taking a death to Ganon, the pattern has been reset for him, so... Oh boy.
Oh no, Voranthe down to... Also down to 1 heart. I think he has 2 potions.
Please take the potion. Oh my gosh.
Alright, it is on to Phase 3. Phase 3 is the safer phase where Ganon teleports around. As long as you hit him right away and rings of fire out, it's fairly straightforward. It's the same regardless of your sword strength. You gotta hit him 4 times.
There we go. Oh, he has a fairy, actually.
Okay, so he's got a potion and a fairy. Gets the torch glitch.
Very nice.
24 sword spins.
Oh. He does have the fairy as a safety, but it does take some time should he take a death here.
Yeah.
And do the fairy revival. So the half magic is going to get that torch glitch.
Yeah.
And only have to worry about one torch the entire rest of the way.
Playing it super safe. Isn't quite setting up the triples. That does take a lot of timing and practice to know where You're waiting for Ganon.
Yep.
He's going for doubles, but with the half magic, that's fine. And has a green potion.
Yep. Being conservative, down to 1 heart.
Okay, Lumaga is onto his phase 3 now. We'll have a considerably shorter phase 4. Oh my gosh, I'm biting my nails here.
I know, it's so close.
Alright, Lumaga's on to phase 4.
Alright.
Going for Torch Glitch, just to save a little bit of time. I've lost count of how many Voranthe spins has. I think he's at around 14.
I think so too.
Alright, that's 1 arrow for Lumaga.
Okay.
I think that's number 16 for Voranthe. Okay, Lumaga. Oh!
Ooh.
Okay, Lumaga is going to cross. Now, Lumaga's timer is, about 20 seconds ahead. So this could still come down right to the wire. Okay, Lumaga crosses the finish line with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 57 seconds. Well, yeah, that just happened. And Voranthe, oh my god, okay, Voranthe just got his 24th spin. He's about to cross the finish line.
Oh my gosh.
This could be so close. This might be a tie. Okay, Voranthe, waiting for that music, crosses the finish line.
Oh my gosh.
We are saying, okay.
Is it a tie or? Oh. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
It is a tie. This has been ruled a tie.
Oh my
unfortunately,
gosh,
so Voranthe accidentally typoed his .done.
Oh.
He accidentally typoed his .done. He entered his .done 1 second after Lumaga, but we had our fantastic tourney admins to go in here and said that Voranthe's official time will be 2:02:59. This is a tie, the first tie of the tournament. Where in the world takes a point? Grouchy Old Man will go up to 4 within the 2 seconds.
My gosh, everyone, please put your GGs in chat for Lumaga of Grouchy Old Man and Voranthe of Where in the World's Our Gosh Dang Bombos. Holy crap.
Can we get these two in for an interview? Like, we need to talk to them.
We have questions.
You have so many questions.
Oh my gosh. And the fall that Lumaga took in the first Ganon fight and Voranthe just catching up, that's made so much time up and oh my god. So
if Lumaga hadn't gotten those silver arrows from Green Pendant, this would have been Voranthe's race.
Exactly, yeah. Alright, and joining us right now is Lumaga of Team Grouchy Old Man. GG's to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
GG's and well played.
So I know you had the last 10 minutes to kind of decompress and kind of process everything. I don't know if you're still feeling it, but how are you? How are you doing?
I still haven't kind of processed what happened. So a couple things about that. Turtle Rock was kind of rough for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to start there. I don't know where you want to start at.
I think so both you and Voranthe did have some issues with Turtle Rock. Just because your offensive layout was very minimum, both with Master Sword, no half magic, and you had to be very precise with your Fire Rod and Ice Rod shots. I think it took you about 5 tries, 4 or 5.
Oh gosh, I hope it wasn't 5.
It was on there for a while. It was with the loadout you guys had, it was not nice at all.
The biggest thing about that was after I think the second or maybe third or whatever it was, I could feel that I was getting some tilt, and I knew that I could save my portal. So I went and got that blue potion. I was just running out of magic. I didn't have the anything higher than a Master Sword. I did see that Voranthe got half magic. Where was that at?
It was in the right side.
Yeah, it was
Turtle
that last
Rock.
chest in Compass Room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you know what? Once you did pick up that blue potion, your Trinex fight was great. You finished off both heads with magic despair. So I think just having that backup in your pocket, gave you the confidence you needed to finish off that fight. And we would like to welcome Voranthe as well. GG's.
Hello.
Yes, so from War in the Worlds of Gosh Name Bombo this Voranthe. So before you came in, we were talking about both of you had some time, spent some time with our good friend Trinex. Yeah, tell us about it.
I'd rather not.
That's
more than fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I think both of you said it has some issues with Turtle Rock at the time.
I feel like most of my run was pretty good until I hit Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Once I hit Turtle Rock, I just hit a wall.
Yeah.
Struggled a bit, and then I just screw it. I'll come back later. I couldn't keep banging my head against it.
You were the first of you to get those Titan's mitts and really routed the early Dark World fantastically, doing your Dark World loop, getting that information that the Fire Rod was on Bombo's tablet quite early, so that as soon as you got your Master Sword, you just made a beeline for that, finish off Skull Woods, and got it good to go. Both of you had made the choice early on to not go inside Thieves' Town without the hammer, which turned out to be fine. Even though the hammer-locked item wasn't anything important, that flute being on blind could have been there earlier, or the flippers rather.
Right.
It was flute.
Yeah, flippers were in there, but flute was in there too.
Yeah.
No, I had a really weird Dark World and early game routing. I don't think I've ever routed anywhere close to that kind of haphazard. But no, I intentionally didn't go into Thieves' Town without that hammer, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And then one interesting thing was that when you finally did get your Dark World access, you actually managed to go and you had the powder, Lumaga, and got that Quake medallion where Voranthe had to make a second dip. And then unfortunately, once you did get the Quake medallion, you were out of magic and couldn't finish off Meyer. Although it worked out well because then you just ended up going to Pod and getting your boots.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. This seed was great until I went into desert, and I wanted to go there first to see if it was boots locked. It was. Then I figured, well, halfway through Meyer, I thought it could be soft boots locked. I mean, is there a chance that the map is up there and I could go steal the key and find the big key behind the door? And I was second guessing myself. That's why I went in a second time, just to make sure. And then, just happened to chance across the boots. But hey, Pendant Pod always seems to be the play. So thankfully it worked out.
Yeah.
Speaking of pendant dungeons, you both went into Tower of Hera early, got that one item from the front chest, and then you both left. I mean, you didn't have a hammer or sword at the time, but they were both available over on Death Mountain. Any thoughts about going back into Tower of Hera, Voranthe? Because Lumaga did end up going back while looking for the boots, and the green pendant ended up being those silver arrows.
I did think about going back to Hera to do the green pendant after I was already at Pod, thinking, hey, I could have turned that in on my way here, but I'm already here.
I was like, well, I'm already here, so just we'll finish this off, and then if I have to go back, I will. But yeah, it was just really that was the main difference, when it came down to it, to the Ganon fight. Lumaga did take a fall to Ganon for the first try, and Voranthe, you were able to make up time during that. And I know, having played with you in the past, I know you're very well used to Master Sword Silverless, and I think that really did play out for you tonight. I don't know, personally, I just want to know where those other two swords were. I think you guys, no one went into Ice Palace we didn't fully clear Pod. So I feel like I had to be one of those locations at this raid.
There were also the Bonk Rocks, King's Tomb.
That's right, yeah.
All the boots locations, as well as a
the,
Pyramid Ferry.
Pyramid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So probably in one of those places.
Yeah. But again, as we were talking throughout the seed, is that, for randomizer, you're not always going to be guaranteed like the best offensive layout. You have to be able to do boss fights with the bare minimum, and I feel like the both of you show that off really well. So GG's to the both of you. We are waiting up on Vorant's screen to come up almost similar collection rates coming up. So 156 on Lumaga's side and 160 on Voranthe. I think the extra stuff in Hera is probably the main difference here.
Except that Voranthe didn't get the Hera things.
Oh no, Lumaga has. Oh, that's. Oh wait. Oh, duh.
I got extra chests in Ganon's tower with that half
Yeah.
magic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. For some reason, I had the numbers reversed. So there we go.
GG's again to both of you. How's it feel getting the first tie of the league?
That's my first tie in my, almost 2 years of playing Rando. So
yeah, exactly.
It was exciting. Yeah, GG to Voranthe for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, GG. I mean, getting a tie doing Master Sword Silverless is, I feel pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm. And this is only week 1, so there's 6 more weeks to come up, and we're very excited to see what comes out from both of your teams. With week 2 coming up with half Ambrosia mode, I don't know if you guys have talked much as to who's gonna be running or what your game plan is or anything of the sorts.
We haven't scheduled anything yet, but Grouchy Old Men is going to play Will Pull Ped for Food, and
That's
it
correct.
will be Xylo and myself running next week.
Nice, very nice.
Cool.
And I think next week's going to be Flaming Rock and myself, but I don't remember who our opponents are.
You guys are playing against, but we're buddies.
Ah, yes.
Which is Locke, Chelsea Lynn, and Fatalis. So if you guys both have 2 of your games scheduled, are there other modes coming up that you guys are looking forward to, or look forward to taking a pass on those weeks?
I think the most interesting one that I've been practicing has been the spoiler cross keys. I've been a pilot for it for my teammate, and it's a lot of fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well, except Hippo's going to be our pilot. I'll be running it, and then the co-op week after that I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. GG's again for both of you. Voranthe, you got a point for your team to go out of week 1. So that feels good. And Lumaga,
Yes,
you're going to go into week 2 with Grouchy Old Men with 4 points out of the possible 6. So you know what? That's not too bad. It was a pleasure to call this race. Watching the Synced Ganon's fights was amazing.
Yes, it's this race was definitely one of the all the races that I've commentated before have been great, but this is definitely I can't. This is the first high I've ever been a part of, so I'm thank you all so much for putting on an amazing race for us. And if we're close to wrapping things up for the night, do either of you have anything you want to share with us? Anything at all?
Just thank you for commentating. I can't wait to watch this back. I'm sure it was great. And GG again, and well, looking forward to next week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. This was great. Get my feet back in the water and start playing again.
Absolutely.
GG's to both of you. As we said, that was the last race for tonight, but do not worry, there's another 5 races tomorrow, and the weekend looks to be packed with league action. Starting tomorrow, we're going to have a 6:10 match between Curality and Wall Kicks, 8:10 p.m. between Days Cloud and Siknaski, 9:10 between Professor Render and D Demolisher, and 10:40 p.m. between Duke Firebird and Floyd 44, and wrapping up the night will be 11:10 p.m. Rampant Revenant versus Tabby Cat 54. All those times are Eastern Time.
Yep, you have plenty more races coming up on Saturday and Sunday to wrap up week 1 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. So we hope all of you can join us for as many as you can. And not all of the races, we're going to try and get as many races as we can restreamed for you all. But if not, please be sure to check out the individual runners' streams as they are live. I'm still like, I haven't caught up with the.
I'm shaking from like
that. I was like, I'm shaking, and I didn't even play the seed. I just, oh gosh, if this is what week 1 is, I'm excited and terrified of what the next few weeks are going to bring. I'm so excited.
If you do want to make sure that you're going to watch matches, follow the ALTTPR League and ALTTP League 2 through 4, as well as our partners on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. Huge shout out to our tracker tonight, T Sigma 6. Thank you so much for pushing the buttons for us and keeping us in line with who has what item. And please give a follow to my co-commentator, Crazy Sunshine Crazy. It was a pleasure commentating with you tonight. I'm so glad that we got to call this race together.
Of course, yeah, and also follow Mind of Me as well. I had the utmost pleasure of commentating with you as well, and hopefully we can have another go. There's so many more with all the races coming up. Hopefully we can team up once again. But until then, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for the night, everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next race. So, good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care of each other.
Thanks all.